The baccarat crystal felt cold against Maya Chen's fingers as she poured. Rain hammered Seoul's glass towers, turning the city into liquid neon. Her hands trembled. 43 hours since her last dose. The suppressant they called vitamins was burning out of her system, and when it finished, her body would follow. She didn't have time for this negotiation. She needed to be 2 buildings over, eliminating the man currently sitting at this table. But Park Minho had summoned her specifically, and refusing meant questions she couldn't answer. The penthouse stretched 60 feet across. Between her and freedom sat 12 people. Minho's security is lawyer, and the man they called the White Tiger, Kang Jihoon. Maya had studied his file. 34, heir to the Kang Syndicate, fluent in 5 languages, rumored to have disappeared 7 rival operators without leaving evidence. The photographs hadn't prepared her for him. The way he occupied space like controlled violence waiting to happen. He sat across from Minho now. Charcoal suit, dark eyes tracking her movement along the wall. Not the usual male gaze. This was surgical assessment. The Busan territory, Minho said, sliding a folder across mahogany. Full control. 50 million annually. All I need is your word you'll stop interfering with my shipments. Jihoon didn't reach for the folder. His eyes stayed on Maya as she refilled water, glasses. Nobody was drinking. The tremor spread up her forearm. 2 days, maybe less. The withdrawal would start with tremors, progress to seizures, then complete nervous system failure. She'd researched Minho's proprietary blend extensively, designed to keep operatives docile and dependent. He'd been dosing her for 3 years. Can't even pour without shaking, muttered Taeyong, Minho's head of security. Pathetic. Maya's expression stayed blank. She'd endured worse. The real problem was that Taeyong had noticed. Perhaps 50 million isn't enough, Jihoon said slowly, still watching Maya. Perhaps I want something else. Minho laughed. Name it. Money, territory, connections. Her. Jihoon's voice cut through the room like a blade. I want her. The maid. The silence was dense with shock. Then Minho started laughing, deep and genuine. The help? The broken, trembling maid? Jihoon, I thought you were serious. I am. The laughter died. Minho studied Jihoon, searching for the angle. She's nobody. Worthless. Why would you? That's not your concern. You offered anything. Do you stand by your word? Or do I tell the other families that Park Minho's promises are meaningless? Maya kept her mask perfect. Empty, subservient. Whatever Minho saw satisfied him. He shrugged. Take her. Hell, I won't even charge you. His smile was cruel. Consider it a gift. Jihoon extended his hand toward Maya. Palm up. An offer, not a command. We're leaving. Her mind raced through possibilities. This was wrong. All wrong. Men like Jihoon didn't refuse 50 million for a maid. The only explanation was that he'd seen through her cover. He knew she was Black Lotus, or suspected it, but she was out of time. Minho's pills were locked away. Going with Jihoon gave her 43 hours to figure out a new plan. Staying gave her maybe 24 before the withdrawal became visible. Her hand found his. His palm was warm, his grip firm but not constraining. 50 million, Jihoon said, pulling a tablet from his pocket. He tapped once, transferring funds. Payment for her. Minho's eyes went wide at the amount. Pleasure doing business, though I still think you're insane. Perhaps. The Mercedes climbed through fog-shrouded mountains. Maya cataloged exit strategies, but her body was unreliable now. The tremors, the time limit, and something else. The way Jihoon had looked at her, not with lust or cruelty, with recognition. Why? The word escaped before she could stop it. Jihoon's hands tightened on the wheel. When he finally spoke, his voice was low, controlled. Because I know what it looks like when someone is dying slowly. He glanced at her. And I know what it looks like when someone is dangerous but pretending not to be. Maya's breath caught. I don't know what. Yes, you do. His eyes met hers briefly. I saw the callus on your trigger finger. I saw the way you mapped the exits. I saw someone surviving, not serving. The admission should have terrified her. Instead, It settled over her like strange relief. What do you plan to do with me? Maya asked. Jihoon's smile was small, dark. I haven't decided yet, but I know what I'm not going to do. He took the exit toward the coastal cliffs. I'm not going to let you die. The estate rose from cliffs like something carved from shadow and glass. When the housekeeper, Mrs. Han, showed Maya to her room, she found herself in a space larger than anywhere she'd inhabited in 3 years. Cream walls, a 4-poster bed, French doors opening to a balcony where fog rolled in like living smoke. But there was no time for comfort. Maya needed biometric access to Miho's servers, needed to steal the antidote formula and disappear. She found Jihoon in his study, pouring whiskey. He'd removed his jacket, revealing forearms marked with scars she recognized, knife work, close quarters combat. You should be resting, he said without turning. I needed to thank you. Maya kept her voice soft, submissive. Is there anything I can do to show my appreciation? The offer hung between them. Jihoon turned, and something like disappointment flickered across his face. Sit down, Maya. When she hesitated, he added, Please. She sat. Jihoon settled on the desk edge, close enough that she could smell his cologne, cedar and smoke. Give me your hands, he said quietly. She extended them. Jihoon took them carefully, studying them like he was reading a language only he understood. His thumb traced a callus on her trigger finger. Who broke you? His voice was barely above a whisper. I'm not broken. No. His eyes met hers. You're sharp enough to cut. But someone tried to shatter you first. Maya pulled her hands back, pulse hammering. Can I have some whiskey? Jihoon poured without comment. She took it, letting her fingers brush his as she drank, and slipped the sedative she'd palmed from the first aid kit into his glass. To new beginnings, she said, handing it back. Jihoon accepted it, never breaking eye contact as he drank. He finished it, set down the glass, and returned his attention to her. You drugged it, he said calmly. Maya's blood went cold. No, Yes, you did. He tilted his head. Rohypnol, probably. It won't work. I built up immunity years ago. He reached out, tucking a strand of her hair behind her ear with devastating gentleness. I was drugged by better killers than you, though I appreciate the effort. Maya's mind raced through escape protocols. Relax. His hand settled on her shoulder. I'm not angry. Then what? Curious. He stood, moving to the windows. You're dying. You could have begged for help. Instead, you try to drug me. Why? I need the antidote formula, Maya heard herself say. Miho keeps it on a private server. I need your security clearance to access it. Jihoon turned, his expression unreadable. You were going to steal it and run. Yes. Silence stretched between them. Then Jihoon smiled, genuine, like she'd just passed a test. I'll help you, he said. Maya stared. Why would you? Because I recognize a soldier when I see one, and soldiers deserve better than dying in enemy territory. He withdrew a device from his desk. This is my biometric access key. Take it. She accepted it with numb fingers. What do you want in return? Nothing tonight. His gaze held hers. Tonight, you rest. Tomorrow we'll talk about Miho, about what you really are, about why General Cho tried to kill you 5 years ago. The room tilted. How did you? Black Lotus? Jihoon's voice was soft, reverent. My father used to tell me stories about you. The ghost who never missed. I didn't believe them until tonight, when I saw you calculate wind vectors in a moving car. Morning arrived with Maya's body in rebellion. The tremors had progressed to her core. 40 hours remaining. Mrs. Han found her shaking in bed. Should I call a doctor? No doctors. Jihoon was waiting downstairs, leaning against a Mercedes. You look worse, he said bluntly. Charming. We need to move. Miho knows you're gone by now. The first shot shattered the rear window as they merged onto the highway. Jihoon jerked the wheel, accelerating. Maya twisted to scan for shooters. 3 black SUVs, military formation. My men are ahead, Jihoon said, voice tight. We just need to. The lead SUV rammed them. Metal shrieked. Through the fog, the bridge's towers emerged like red sentries. There's a rifle in the trunk, Jihoon said. Barrett intervention, custom modifications. Maya's heart kicked. How did you? Can you shoot? Her hands trembled violently. Her vision swam. She had maybe 30 seconds of functional control. Yes, she lied. Then do what you do best, Black Lotus. Maya scrambled to the trunk. The rifle was there, matte black, scope calibrated to specifications she'd written herself 5 years ago. Her weapon, her specifications. 800 meters to the lead driver, wind at 15 knots, fog reducing visibility to 60%, withdrawal reducing her to 40% functionality. The math was impossible. Maya, Jihoon's voice cut through chaos. I trust you. 3 words, devastating in their weight. Maya stopped fighting her body. Instead, she remembered what Master Kim had taught her before Black Lotus was born. Find the stillness in motion. The tremor became a rhythm. She tracked it. At the apex of her 4th breath, between heartbeats, the world stilled. She fired. The driver's head snapped back. The SUV flipped spectacularly. The other vehicles scattered. Silence descended. Maya sank against the Mercedes, the weapon clattering beside her. Her arms were numb. Her legs wouldn't support her. Jihoon appeared, crouching before her, his hands cupping her face. 800 meters through a moving window. That shot shouldn't have been physically possible. Maya tried to laugh. Never miss. No, you don't. His thumb traced her cheekbone. Black Lotus. The ghost my father used to scare me into excellence. Not a legend, just a woman. You're extraordinary. Jihoon lifted her carefully, carrying her back to the passenger seat. Stay with me. We're almost there. But darkness was creeping in, patient and inevitable. The last thing she heard was his voice, steady and fierce. I won't let you die, little bird. Not after this. Kelsey surfaced from darkness to the sensation of being flayed alive. Every nerve ending was on fire. She tried to scream, but her jaw was clenched too tight. Hold her, an unfamiliar voice commanded. Get out. Jihoon snapped. All of you. Now. Footsteps retreated. They were alone. I'm sorry, Maya whispered as another convulsion hit. Shame flooding through her as her bladder released. I'm so sorry. Don't. Jihoon's voice was fierce. Don't you dare apologize for what he did to you. He lifted her, carrying her to a bathroom. Warm water cascaded over them both as he sat her in the tub, fully clothed. When I was 12, he said softly, washing her hair with clinical gentleness, my stepfather locked me in a freezer for 3 days. Punishment for disrespect. I pissed myself on the 2nd day. Thought I'd die of shame before hypothermia got me. Maya's eyes opened, focusing on his face through the water's veil. My father found me, held me while I shook and cried. You know what he told me? Survival is never shameful. Jihoon's thumb traced her jaw. You survived 3 years under Miho. Kept your mind intact while he poisoned your body. That's not weakness. Maya, that's war. The convulsion that took her then was different. Not pain, but something closer to breaking open. He dried her carefully, dressed her in his clothes, and carried her back to bed. 72 hours for the worst of it, he said. My chemist synthesized a temporary stabilizer. But the permanent cure, Miho keeps it on an air-gap server. Why are you doing this? Each word was an effort. Because I know what it feels like to be trapped by someone else's cruelty. Jihoon's jaw worked. My stepfather, General Cho, abused me for 10 years. My father forbade me from touching him. Cho was too valuable politically. But my father died 6 months ago. His smile was dark. The leash is off. He lay down beside her, not touching, just close. When I was 23, I destroyed Cho financially. But he pivoted, using Miho's dirty money to rebuild. That's when I started hunting for leverage. Something that would let me destroy them both. Me, Maya whispered. You, Black Lotus. The witness they thought they'd silenced. His hand found hers in the darkness. The partner I needed. Maya's chest constricted. Why did you choose me? In Miho's penthouse. Because I saw myself in you. The person I was before I learned I could fight back. His voice dropped lower. And because when you spilled that wine, your hand was shaking from withdrawal, not fear. I knew you were dangerous. I wanted to see what Black Lotus would do if someone set her free. I'm going to disappoint you. Impossible. Another convulsion took her. Jihoon held her through it, one arm anchored across her waist. Sleep, little bird, he murmured. I'll watch over you. Always. It was the always that broke her. Maya sank into unconsciousness with his hand in hers, his warmth solid against her back. When Maya woke 18 hours later, sight returning in fragments, Jihoon was slouched in a chair beside her bed, eyes closed but posture rigid, resting while maintaining guard. You're staring, he said without opening his eyes. Her pulse jumped. How did you? Your breathing changed. Now his eyes opened. You can see. Yes. He stood, checking the 4 feeding clear liquid into her arm. The worst is over. My chemist stabilized a preliminary antidote. Maya looked at the 4, then at him. How long was I out? 18 hours, which means you lost a day. He sat on the bed edge. Miho is tearing the city apart looking for you. And I cracked your burner phone. He produced the device, holding it like evidence. Found messages to Taeyong. Coordinates, shipment times. From where I'm sitting, it looks like you've been feeding Miho intelligence. Maya's stomach turned cold. I can explain. Can you? Pain flickered across his face. I brought you into my home, protected you, held you while you shook yourself apart, and the whole time you were working for him? Read them out loud, Maya said, voice stronger than she felt. Every word. Jihoon unlocked the phone, scanning the screen. Confusion replaced anger. These aren't intel. These are coordinates for abandoned warehouses. Warehouses Miho uses as staging points. I sent those messages as threats, locations I could blow up remotely if he came for me before I was ready. Maya met his gaze steadily. I wasn't protecting Miho, Jihoon. I was protecting you. Silence stretched between them. Jihoon scrolled through more messages, expression shifting. You were protecting me from the shadows, he said slowly. I couldn't let you get hurt because of me. You were the first person in 3 years who looked at me like I was human. I do, you know. Jihoon set down the phone carefully. He crossed back to the bed. Cho is Miho's silent partner. Has been for 15 years. My intelligence confirmed it while you were unconscious. The revelation hit like a physical blow. The man who abused you is in business with the man who imprisoned me. Poetic, isn't it? His laugh was bitter. The monsters in our lives are connected, have been all along. Maya processed this, fitting pieces together. The attack on my team 5 years ago, Cho ordered it because we stumbled onto evidence of his partnership with Miho. And he failed with you. So he kept you alive but neutralized, turned over to his partner, drugged into compliance, hidden as a maid, a warning to anyone else who might discover their operation. We need to kill them both, Maya said flatly. Jihoon's eyebrows rose. Direct. You want revenge for your childhood. I want justice for my team. Maya leaned forward. We can give each other what we need. By going to war with a general and an arms dealer? By being smarter than them. They think I'm helpless. They have no idea we're working together. Jihoon's hand found hers. Is that what we're doing? Working together. The question held layers she wasn't ready to examine. What else would you call it? A partnership. His voice dropped intimate. 2 ghosts haunting the same house. Maya's breath caught. This close. She could see exhaustion lining his face, could smell cedar and coffee and something uniquely him. I thought you were betraying me, he said quietly. For about 30 seconds, I thought you played me, and I was going to let you live anyway. Drive you to the airport, give you money, watch you disappear. Because even if you betrayed me, you deserve freedom more than I deserve revenge. The admission broke something loose in Maya's chest. I didn't betray you. I know. His forehead rested against hers. You're loyal to your bones. It's one of the things that makes you dangerous. What are the others? You don't know when to quit. You fight when you should run. His breath ghosted across her lips. And your people now? That includes me. It wasn't a question. But Maya answered anyway. Yes. Good. He pulled back slightly. Because we're about to do something incredibly stupid. We fake my death, get you captured by Miho, and use you as a Trojan horse to destroy his operation from the inside. Despite everything, Maya laughed. That's your plan? It's insane. It's a suicide plan, Jihoon agreed, smiling. But it's the kind of plan Black Lotus would love. He wasn't wrong. One condition. If this goes wrong, you leave me behind. No. Jihoon. No. His hands framed her face. We do this together or not at all. You don't get to martyr yourself. We're partners, equals. If you fall, I'm falling with you. That's strategically unsound. I don't care. His thumbs traced her cheekbones. I didn't pull you out of Miho's house to watch you sacrifice yourself. That's not negotiable. Maya found herself nodding, agreeing to a partnership that had transformed into something more dangerous than any mission, something that felt terrifyingly like trust. Together, she said. Together. Jihoon sealed the promise with a kiss to her forehead. Now rest. We have 3 days to prepare. 3 days until the charity gala, where every monster in the city gathers to pretend they're civilized. His smile was predatory, including Miho and Cho. That's where the tiger and the ghost will show them exactly what happens when you cage the wrong predators. The opera house glittered like a jewel box. Maya watched from the rafters, invisible in tactical black. The sniper rifle was a familiar weight in her hands. Different weapon than her Barrett, but the principle was the same. Through her scope, she found Jihoon entering the main hall. He wore a tuxedo that transformed him from dangerous to devastating. Across the room, Miho looked smug in his tailored suit. Beside the stage stood General Cho, silver-haired and distinguished, playing respected military leader. Maya's finger tightened on the trigger. Not yet. Ghost the tiger, she murmured into comms. I have visual. Copy. Jihoon's voice was steady. Remember, center mass through the Kevlar. I never hesitate. I know. That's what I love about you. The word landed like a bullet she hadn't seen coming. Love. Focus, little bird. Jihoon said, voice carrying amusement. You can be shocked later. Jihoon moved through the crowd like a shark through shallow water. His path intersected with Miho's deliberately. Champagne splashed across Miho's jacket. Jihoon, Miho said, irritation flashing. How unexpected. We need to talk about property you recently misplaced. Jihoon's voice carried. The maid you sold me. The one who turned out to be Black Lotus. The crowd murmured. Phones appeared. You have no proof, Miho hissed. Don't I? Jihoon produced a flash drive. Medical records, drug formulations, kill confirmations. Should I project it for everyone? You're a dead man, Miho said quietly. Probably. Jihoon smiled. But not before I ruin you. He turned toward Cho. General, tell them about your partnership with Miho, about the Black Ops team you had killed, about Black Lotus. Cho went pale. The crowd pressed closer. Now, little bird, Jihoon said softly. Do it now. Maya breathed out. The world narrowed to crosshairs. The Kevlar plate was exactly where he'd said, over his heart. The shot had to be perfect. Her hands were steady. Black Lotus was back. She aimed for the center of the plate. The room held its breath. Maya pulled the trigger. The sound was catastrophic. Jihoon's chest exploded in crimson as the blood pack ruptured. He staggered, eyes wide with shock, and fell. Screaming. Panic. People running. Maya was already moving, breaking down the rifle. A hand closed around her ankle, one of Miho's men. Don't move, he ordered, gun to her spine. More men appeared. They'd anticipated her position, waited for the shot. They slapped heavy cuffs on her wrists and dragged her down service stairs to a waiting van. She let them throw her inside, let them slam the doors. The plan was working. She was being delivered exactly where she needed to be. Through the van's window, she glimpsed the opera house. Emergency vehicles arriving. Jihoon's body being loaded into an ambulance, covered with a sheet. She'd just shot the only person who'd seen her as human in 3 years. And now she was alone, heading into Monster's lair, betting everything on a promise made by a man who might already be dead. The van pulled into traffic. Maya closed her eyes and breathed. If Jihoon was dead, she'd kill Minho and Cho and burn their operations to ash. If he was alive, they'd do it together. Either way, by dawn, the monsters would be bleeding. The bunker smelled of concrete and old fear. Minho had her chained to a chair in the center of his operating room, the same room where he'd dosed her for 3 years. "You killed him," Minho said, circling her. "The great Kang Jihoon dead because of you." Maya kept her expression blank. The chains were solid but not unbreakable. She just needed time. Silent treatment? Minho laughed. Silent treatment? Minho laughed. "That's fine." He held up a vial of clear liquid, her old poison. "I'm going to put you right back where you were." The needle glinted as he approached. Maya's pulse kicked, but she forced herself still. Not yet. Minho was 3 feet away. 2 feet. The lights cut out. Darkness swallowed the bunker. Emergency systems kick in, bathing everything in red. Minho spun. Gun appeared in his hand. A red laser appeared on his chest. "Hello, Dominic." Jihoon's voice echoed through the bunker. "Miss me?" Minho's face went white. "You're dead. I saw." "You saw theater. You saw Kevlar and blood packs." The voice was closer. "You saw the greatest hits of Black Lotus's skill set. What you didn't see was my resurrection." Light exploded. Flashbangs that turned the world white. When Maya's vision cleared, Jihoon stood in the doorway in tactical gear, very much alive. "No!" Minho gasped. "Oh, it's very real." Jihoon raised his weapon. "And now you're going to pay for every moment you kept her chained." Minho scrambled backward, guns swinging between them. "You can't kill me. You need the antidote formula." "Only I know." "Wrong." Maya's voice was steady, cold. "I uploaded from your server when your guards dragged me in. It's being distributed to 12 secure locations right now. You're obsolete, Minho." Minho's face collapsed into fury. He swung his gun toward her. Maya had already moved, dislocated her thumb with a sickening pop, slipping the cuffs. She caught Minho's wrist as he fired, redirecting the shot. The gun clattered away. Jihoon could have ended it. Instead, he watched, weapon lowered, giving Maya the moment she'd earned. "You made me a ghost," Maya said, kneeling on Minho's chest, hands around his throat. "You took 3 years of my life, poisoned me, used me, thought I'd stay broken forever." Minho clawed at her hands. "Please." "Did my team plead?" Maya tightened her grip. "Did they beg Cho to spare them? Did they get mercy?" I'll give you anything. I don't want anything from you anymore." Maya leaned close. "I just want you gone." She snapped his neck with a single efficient twist. The sound was sharp, final. Minho's body went limp. Maya stood, hands steady, breathing controlled. She'd imagined this moment for 3 years. Instead of triumph, she just felt tired, like she cauterized a wound. But the scar would remain forever. "Maya." Jihoon's voice was soft. He crossed to her, hands finding her shoulders. "Are you?" "I'm fine." She met his eyes. "Is Cho dead?" My people moved on him simultaneously. He resisted arrest. Jihoon's smile was dark. "The monsters are gone. Both of them." His arms wrapped around her with fierceness that stole her breath. "I'd never doubt you. You're the most terrifying person I've ever met. And you just held a woman while she snapped someone's neck. I held my partner while she got justice." His voice was muffled against her hair. "There's a difference." Maya sagged against him. "We did it. We actually did it. We did." He pulled back to see her face. "Though watching you shoot me was more terrifying than any life-threatening parts. That ceramic plate stopped a bullet, but the impact shattered my sternum. Breathing is optional right now." Despite everything, Maya laughed, shaky but genuine. "We're insane. This whole plan was insane." Completely, Jihoon cupped her face. "But it worked. And now you're free. Really free. What happens now? Now. His smile was gentle. We burn this place to the ground and go home. Home. The words settled over Maya like a promise. They set the charges together, methodically wiring Miho's bunker. The antidote formula was safe, backed up in multiple locations. Evidence of Cho and Miho's partnership was being delivered to every major news outlet. Maya stood beside Jihoon as they watched the bunker burn. Fire painted the night sky orange and gold. I should feel something more, she said. Triumph, closure. You will eventually. Jihoon took her hand. But right now you're just surviving. That's enough. Is it? It's everything. He turned to her, expression serious. I meant what I said earlier. At the opera house, before you shot me. Maya's heart kicked. About being a dead man? About loving you. The words were simple, direct. I love you, Maya-chun. Black Lotus. All the names you wear, and all the ones you've shed. I love the woman who shot me to save me, who survived 3 years in hell and came out still fighting. You barely know me. I know enough, and what I don't know yet, I'll spend however long you'll let me learning. He stepped closer. If you want that, if you want me. Did she? Maya searched inside herself. Found the answer waiting, obvious and terrifying. I don't know how to be in a relationship, she admitted. I don't know how to be anything other than a weapon. Then we'll figure out together. Jihoon's hand cupped her face. 2 weapons learning to be people. But only if you want this. You're free now, Maya. Completely free. You can walk away. I'll help you disappear. Set you up anywhere. Give you the life you should have had. And if I don't want to disappear, then stay. Be my partner, my equal. Help me run the organization my father built. Turn it into something better. Or don't. Forge your own path, and I'll support you anyway. His voice dropped. Whatever you choose, I'm not letting you go unless you tell me to. Maya looked at the fire, looked at the night sky, looked at the man offering her freedom and partnership, and something that felt dangerously like home. I'm done running, she said. Relief flooded Jihoon's expression. Yeah. Maya rose on her toes, closing the distance. I want to stay. I want to figure this out. I want to see what we become when we're not fighting for survival. He kissed her then, deep and thorough and full of promise. The fire blazed behind them, erasing the past. The future stretched ahead, unwritten, and there's the shape. When they pulled apart, both breathing hard, Jihoon smiled against her lips. Welcome home, little bird. And for the first time in 6 years, Maya-chan believed she'd found one. 3 months later, the penthouse looked different in daylight. Warmer, lived in. Books scattered across the coffee table. Hers mixed with his. Coffee cups abandoned mid-morning. Evidence of 2 lives intertwining. Maya stood on the balcony, watching fog rolling off the Han River. Her body was her own again. The antidote had purged the last traces of Miho's poison. Black Lotus was fully operational. But Black Lotus wasn't who she was anymore. She was also just Maya now. Partner, survivor, woman learning to exist without constant threat assessment. You're thinking too loud, Jihoon said from behind her, holding 2 cups of coffee. I can hear your brain working from the kitchen. She turned, accepting a cup, just processing. It's been 3 months since we burned it all down. Having regrets? No, just adjusting. It was true. Physical wounds had healed quickly. Psychological ones were taking longer. She still woke, sometimes expecting to find herself back in Miho's penthouse. Still reached for weapons that weren't there. Still cataloged exits. But she was learning to sleep without nightmares. Learning to accept touch without flinching. Learning that not every kindness hid cruelty. Cho's empire is officially dissolved, Jihoon said. The military seized everything. His name is synonymous with corruption now. Good. Maya sipped her coffee. And Miho's organization? Scattered to the winds. His network is in pieces. The monsters are gone, Maya. Really gone. She wanted to believe him. Was learning to believe him. I have something for you. Jihoon pulled a small box from his pocket, Not a ring box, something flatter. Inside was a passport. Her photo. A new name, Maya Kang. It's not a proposal, Jihoon said quickly. Not yet, but it's options. A legitimate identity, clean background. You can travel, live normally, be whoever you want to be. Maya stared at the passport. Maya Kang. The name felt foreign and intimate simultaneously. You gave me your name. I gave you freedom. The name is just paperwork. His hand found hers. But if you want to use it, if you want to officially be my partner in all the legal ways that matter, it's there. No pressure, no expectations. Just options. I'm not a good person, she said quietly. I've killed people. A lot of people. I know. I've killed more. Jihoon turned her to face him. We're not good people, little bird. We're survivors who've done what we had to do. But we can choose to be better. Choose to build something that matters. Like what? Like taking the empire I inherited and turning it into something useful. Protection instead of exploitation. Justice instead of revenge. His expression was serious. Hopeful. I need a partner for that. Someone as ruthless as me, but with a moral compass that actually points somewhere. You're describing a fantasy. I'm describing you. Jihoon cupped her face. You survived 3 years under Miho without becoming him. You kept your humanity while being turned into a weapon. You're exactly who I need. But more than that, you're exactly who I want. Even knowing I'm broken, you're not broken. You're sharp. There's a difference. He kissed her forehead, her nose, her mouth. And even if you were broken, I'd love you anyway. Because broken things can be fierce, can be exactly what the world needs. Maya's throat tightened. I don't know how to do this. How to be in a relationship. How to trust someone not to hurt me. Good thing I'm patient and stubborn and not go anywhere. Jihoon pulled her close. We'll figure out together. One day at a time. No pressure, no expectations. Just us learning how to exist without constantly preparing for war. I still prepare for war. So do I. But maybe we can prepare together. And maybe between the preparations, we can have some peace. Peace. The word felt foreign. But standing here wrapped in his arms, watching fog rolling over a city that no longer held her nightmares, maybe it wasn't impossible after all. Okay, she whispered. I'll stay. I'll be your partner. I'll help you build something better. Maya pulled back to see his face. And I'll use the name. Maya Kang. It sounds right. Jihoon's smile was incandescent. Yeah. She kissed him, pouring 3 months of gratitude and trust and tentative love into the gesture. When they pulled apart, both breathless, Maya felt something shift inside her chest. Not healing. She'd carry the scars forever. But acceptance. The acknowledgement that she'd survived, that she was more than what had been done to her, that she had a future worth fighting for. I love you, she said. The words felt strange, new but true. I don't know when it happened. Somewhere between you buying me and you holding me through withdrawal. Somewhere between letting me shoot you and walking into hell to save me. I love you, Jihoon. I know. His expression was tender, devastating. I've known since you drugged my whiskey. Since you took that impossible shot on the bridge. Since you snapped Miho's neck and fell apart in my arms. I've known, little bird. I was just waiting for you to realize it too. Arrogant. Confident. He kissed her again, deeper this time. And I'll spend the rest of our lives proving I deserve it. How will you do that? By being exactly who I am. By never lying to you. By giving you space when you need it and being there when you don't. By letting you be the dangerous, beautiful, complicated woman you are without trying to sand down your edges. His hand slid to her waist. And by loving you exactly as you are, Black Lotus and Maya and every name in between. Maya's defenses, already battered by 3 months of genuine care, finally crumbled completely. She let herself be held. Let herself be loved. Let herself believe that maybe she could have this. Could have him. Could have a future that was hers to choose. Okay, she said again. Let's do this. Let's build something together. Together, Jihoon echoed. They stood on the balcony as fog consumed the city. Two ghosts becoming real. Two weapons learning to be human. Two survivors choosing to build instead of destroy. The past was ash. The future was theirs. And Maya-chan, Black Lotus, the ghost, now Maya-con, finally understood what freedom felt like. It felt like coming home.